And he said unto Abraham, know of surely that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 4 years, 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to their fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. And in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And it came to pass that when the sun went down, it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. And in the day that the Lord made a covenant with Abraham, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto great river, the river Ephrates, the Kenites, and the Jebusites, and the Cadmonites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Raphaim, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Gergesites, and the Jebusites. And Sarah, Abraham wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarah said unto Abraham, behold, now the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid, and it may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarah. And Abraham's wife took Hagar handmaid, the Egyptian, after Abraham had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abraham to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived, and she saw that she had conceived. His mistress was despised in her eyes. Her mistress was despised in her eyes. And Sarah said unto Abraham, my wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid unto thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eye. The Lord judged between me and thee. But Abraham said unto Sarah, behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleases thee. And when Sarah dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. And the angel of the Lord found her by the fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way of Shur. And he said, Hagar, Sarah maid, whence comest thou? And whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarah. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, return to thy mistress and submit thyself under her hand. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be outnumbered for multitude. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall name his name Ishmael, because the Lord had the affliction, and he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. And she called the name of the Lord that spoke unto her, Thou sayest me. For she said, have I also yet looked after him that saith me? Wherefore the well was called Beer-lahai-roi. Behold, it is between Kadesh and Berit. And Hagar bare Abraham a son, and Abraham called his son name, which Hagar bare Ishmael. And Abraham was 86 years old when Hagar bare Ishmael to Abraham. Verse 17. When Abraham was 90 years old, 90 years, and then the Lord appeared to Abraham and said unto him, I am the Almighty God, walk before me and be thou perfect, and I will make my covenant between me and you, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abraham fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abraham, but thy name shall be called Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee, and I will make thee exceedingly faithful, and I will make nation of thee, and kings shall come out of thee, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee in their generation, for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee and thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee, and the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. And God said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee in their generation. Then this is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you, and thy seed after thee. Every man shall among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man shall in your generation, he that is born in the house or bought with money of any sinner, which is not of thy seed, he that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must need be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised man shall lose flesh of foreskin is not circumcised, that so shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. May God bless you in Jesus' name.